Phillipsburg Town Council meeting, July 10th, 2024. You will hear in the following dialogue that Council members Matthew Skirbo, Peter Marino, and Melissa Paulus voted in favor of the warehouse ordinance, but did so having no idea what size warehouse might be built and the number of trucks that would impact the community. However, in fairness to the council members, they are really only voting to rezone the Perone Howard Street property from Riverside Residential to Industrial. Matthew Skirbo mentions a 328,000 square foot warehouse with rail later in the meeting. However, once the ordinance is passed and the property is rezoned to Industrial, Perone Construction can build any size warehouse they wish that fits on the property, and the warehouse does not have to use rail. David Morrisette asked the council members, what specifically do you say to those neighborhoods that will be infested with a substantial increase in diesel trucks? Of the 3 members that voted in favor of the warehouse ordinance, Melissa Paulus was absent from the council meeting, and Matthew Skirbo and Peter Marino remained silent and did not answer. Councilman Keith Kennedy stated the truck issue is exactly why he voted against the warehouse ordinance, Ordinance 2024-14.
Good evening. David Morrisette, 5 Fairview Heights. In September, when the ordinance comes up for a vote, will that be a first reading again, since when you did the initial first reading there wasn't a consistency plan and you wouldn't have known what you were voting on?
No, there doesn't need to be a consistency plan for the first reading. There needs to be one prior to the second reading.
Okay, so you didn't need to know what you're voting on in the first reading?
Well, a consistency plan is not what we're voting on. A consistency plan is an act performed by the planning board evaluating the proposed ordinance and determining whether it is consistent with the master plan. And then the planning board issues a report back to the town council saying it is consistent or it's not consistent. And if it's not consistent, the town council can still adopt the ordinance, notwithstanding the fact that the planning board found it to be inconsistent with the master plan, providing that it states its reasons for doing such on the record. So
Okay.
that's how that process works.
Okay. I hope I get a little bit of time for a lengthy explanation, but thank you. So so what configuration of warehouse does the council understand that it's voting on?
It's not voting on a warehouse, a size of a warehouse. It's voting on the use of a warehouse. The ordinance 2024-14 is an ordinance to amend the redevelopment plan to permit warehouse as a change to allow industrial uses in the redevelopment area.
So it could be any of the warehouses that have been approved by the land use board at this point. It could be the 420,000 square foot warehouse that gets built. No rail.
No rail.
Correct, no rail. At the point.
No discussion because he has 3 minutes.
Okay, last question I have. What specifically do you say to those neighborhoods that will be infested with a substantial increase of trucks, diesel trucks? What do you council members have to say?
Council President?
Yes, you want to address him, Gavin? He
Well,
has 3 minutes.
I'm on record already. The reason I voted the way I did, the truck traffic has always been my concern. It's my concern right now with our so-called designated truck route. We're waiting for signage and so forth. I do not want to see trucks down in that area. Tired of it. So I'm on record. Being against the ordinance.
Thank you. Any other council members?
Number 1, Dave, address me, and then if they want to speak, I'll allow them to speak, but we're not going to question and answer and go over 3 minutes. Everybody gets 3 minutes, and I'll adhere to that rule.
Okay. Is my 3 minutes up?
She'll let me know.
Great. Thank you very much.
So, thank you.